It took me 9 months to make over 10K per month with copywriting. And along the way, I made some pretty huge mistakes and fell into some really time-consuming pitfalls. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would make 10K per month if I had to start over from scratch again. You are going to get the complete action plan, and I'm going to let you know exactly what hindered my progress so that you can make 10K per month 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months faster than you would otherwise be able to. And using these exact same tips and methods that I'm giving you in this very video, I've been able to help other copywriters get to 10K per month. Their interviews are on this very channel. And I've also been able to help some of my private students actually go full time with copywriting and snag the first 2K and 3K per month copywriting clients. So without any further ado, let's get right into the value, because the first main mistake that I made that I know you're probably making, 99% of copywriters are probably making right now, is that I was using outreach methods instead of an outreach system. And to a lot of people, they don't know that distinction. So let me explain. So essentially, there are three things when it comes to outreach. And when people say, what's the best outreach method? They don't even really know what the question even means. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're actually asking. It's kind of a meme of a question because it's a very, very beginner question that even I myself have asked when I was like, 5 days in, like, what's the best outreach method? Which one should I go for? So let me just clear all the confusion right now. There are three things: an outreach method, an outreach medium, and an outreach system. And if you don't know the difference between all of these three things, you're going to stay stuck for a very long time. So let's start with an outreach medium. An outreach medium means how you're outreaching or where you're actually outreaching to people on, what your messaging is on. Is it email? Is it Instagram? Is it LinkedIn? These are all three different outreach mediums. Then you have an outreach method: who you outreach to and how you outreach to them. So if you've seen any of my other free outreach courses or my free 8-hour copywriting course, which is also on this channel if you want to watch, if you watch any of those, you would have heard me talk about something like a Loom video method. A Loom video is when you actually start a video and you give someone value or actionable advice with copywriting, and then they're going to see that and want to work with you in the future because you're actually coming out here, you're putting in effort, you're giving them free value, and you're just showing your expertise. That is an example of an outreach method. But then you have a step even farther, which is an outreach system. An outreach system is how it all works together. How many outreaches do you do per day? What outreach mediums do you use? What outreach methods do you use? How many times do you follow up with people over a week? What are your actual follow-up sequences? And once you have an intentional outreach system, that's when you can finally get clients regularly, recurring wise. See, a lot of people want to get lucky with their outreach. They wanted to say, oh, well, if only I had one 2K per month or 3K per month client, my life would change. And while that might be simple, while that might be true, the fact of the matter is, if you have an outreach system where you can get on sales calls every single month, that is what you want. Because when you're able to consistently get opportunities, only then can you actually scale to 10K per month. You're not going to get lucky and luckily get 3 random clients to pay you 3K per month. You have to be good at outreach, and that's where the system comes into play. So as far as which outreach method is best, I'll put it this way. An outreach method is essentially like a diet. Which diet is best for losing weight? Is it intermittent fasting? Is it keto? Is it paleo? Is it vegetarian, veganism? The answer is whichever one you can stick to. Because even if one of those were the quote unquote best, how much better are they going to be from the other ones? Maybe 2% better. Maybe you'll be able to lose an extra 3 pounds over the course of 6 months. But is that really that important, or is it actually just negligible? And it's the same with each outreach method or outreach medium. There is no best one. The one that's going to be most effective is the one that you can stick to. So for example, if someone's telling you to do LinkedIn outreach and you've never touched LinkedIn in your life, you despise LinkedIn, you don't even like going on it, you feel like it's clunky, you just don't even feel like you belong there, then why would you do LinkedIn outreach? It wouldn't make any sense. But if you're someone who uses Instagram every single day, you know exactly how it works, you know how to do it, and you know how to post things, you know how to maybe create some reels, you know how to find clients on Instagram because you use it so often, then that's going to be a much better option for you. And if you think email is better than Instagram and then LinkedIn is better than Instagram and better than Facebook, I mean, the fact of the matter is that it's just wrong. Whatever problems you're going to find on Instagram, like, oh, there's so many people here, or there's so many copywriters who are doing outreach on here, or the same with Facebook, or the same with email, those same problems are on every single medium. You're never going to find an outreach medium or a social media platform that's just untapped. The biggest reason why people think this is because there's so many copywriting gurus and just tons of different gurus out there that are saying they have a push button solution to all of their client hunting troubles. Like, oh, if you just sent this 127 word email, you're gonna be able to get clients the next day. But that just isn't how it works. You need an outreach system so that you can outreach regularly, so that even if you get rejected, even when you get ghosted, you're still going to have opportunities come in because of the sheer amount of outreach you're doing over time. And this is something that, because I didn't understand it, left me clientless and just struggling, spinning my wheels for at least 6 months plus, because I was wasting so much time jumping from outreach method to outreach method to outreach method, never making any progress and never actually getting better at what I did. And if you want to know the true amount of progress you can make in a short amount of time, just check out my personal one-to-one students like Jared and Ethan, for example. Ethan, first and foremost, was 1 month in before he actually joined us and did one-to-one coaching with us. And now he's over here closing clients like it's nothing. He's closed so many clients, he's on the brink of actually giving clients away to other students in the program. And also shout out to my Australian brother, JPeth, who actually closed his first $3K per month deal. He's actually negotiating it now for $3.5K per month to do some email marketing. Now, the reason why I point these guys out specifically is because I literally talk to them on a daily basis, so I know their story intimately. And it's because we've helped them build an outreach system where they know who they should be outreaching to, how they should be outreaching, how they should be following up, how often, and what they should follow up with. That's why they've been able to actually get these great copywriting deals. Now, literally every single time I mention the 4D copy intensive or the mentorship, I get tons of people commenting or hitting me up on DM like, yo, how do I join? What even is this? So I left a link down below in the description where you can apply to work with me and my team one-to-one, so we can actually help you become a full-time online freelance copywriter, work from wherever you want, be your own boss and all that stuff. So again, the link for that is down in the description if you want to work with me and my team one-to-one. Now, the next big thing that kept me so stuck as a beginner copywriter, right? Client list, not making any money for months and months on end, is that I simply was not as good as I thought I was. You know what is really hilarious is that everybody you ask will say, oh man, there's so many bad drivers out there. The drivers out there are terrible. But none of them ever think that it's them. Everyone knows there's tons of bad drivers, but nobody thinks that it's them. It's the same with copywriting. Every copywriter thinks, oh, there's so many terrible copywriters out there that don't know what they're doing, but they're just completely non-self-accountable. They think, well, I can't get clients because the market's oversaturated, or maybe the outreach method I'm using just doesn't work. Well, the crazy part is that maybe it's just you. And this is something that even I had to really reflect on when I was outreaching in my copywriting journey. And this isn't with just the skill of copywriting, this is also with the skill of outreach, because outreach really is just that. It's a skill. I can show you how to outreach to people, how I've outreached to people, how me and my students have outreached to people to get clients. But the fact of the matter is, it won't be completely replicable because you can't literally script out a whole conversation. So you're gonna have to use your own brain, your own mind, your own skills to get those clients. And that's where the difficulty comes in. But the good part is that any skill can be learned. So as long as you learn the skill, you get feedback from the market, then you're able to make progress as quick as possible. So what I had to do is I had to pay somebody some real serious bread to actually go ahead and review all of my copy. I paid for a mentor and I got a rude awakening. I was 6 months in thinking my copy is the stuff, man. But I got humbled. I got humbled real quick. And it was honestly one of the best experiences for me as a copywriter, because I knew, wow, I still have a long way to go myself. And this is a testament that you should simply never stop learning, because I myself is someone who keeps investing in themselves heavily, even till this very day. In fact, just the other month, I dropped over 18 grand just on a mentor to help me grow my business and better serve my students. And while sure, that might have hurt the pockets, the fact of the matter is that I have an obligation to my students and everyone that I teach to always be increasing my skills so that I can better help them. And you as well also have an obligation to increase your own skills so that you can better serve your clients. Not to mention, this is by far the best way to overcome any sort of imposter syndrome you have. If you're sitting there like, well, I don't know if I really deserve someone to be paying me $3 grand just so I can write them some emails, then maybe you got to invest in yourself, because I was absolutely almost downright entitled to, okay, now somebody should be paying me some real money because I'm paying myself some real money. And that simple mindset shift, that simple reframe is something that helped me make a lot of progress in a short amount of time. And speaking of outreach, speaking of skills, there's one huge topic that a lot of people are still fuzzy on, and that is niches. I'm going to give it to you straight when it comes about niches, because so many people get this so wrong. So niches are a complicated topic that a lot of people have a hard time understanding. So what I've done is I've taken the liberty to just give you essentially a list of niches that I approve, that works, that I've seen copywriters make money in, a list of copywriting niches that also are disapproved. I don't see many copywriters making money with them, and I say just stay away, and I'll actually give you that whole entire list. But let me first actually tell you how I know which niches work and which niches don't work. So first and foremost, I started outreaching to the e-commerce brand niches, meaning clothing companies and skincare products and survival equipment. And the reason why I did this is because, well, Andrew Tate's course, Hustlers University, told me to do it. They were saying, yeah, these are the people you need to outreach to, these skincare brands, these skincare companies. But the problem is that I was getting absolutely no luck. And I was thinking, why is this not working? But then I brutally found out two truths. And the two truths are, one, a lot of these e-commerce brands, they don't hire freelancers. So they're not gonna hire you, some random dude from online who's just a freelancer who's like, hey, I can write your emails for you. Second of all, a lot of these e-commerce brands, they don't actually use copy in order to sell stuff. Now, sure, they might have some copy, but their copy is like one sentence. They're not gonna send you like a 400-word email on why this skincare supplement brand is going to be good for you. And while they do hire marketers, these marketers are gonna be guys with degrees as well. They have degrees, they have experience, they have schooling stuff, and essentially it's overall just a glorified 9-to-5 because they're gonna wanna work with you over time and pay you an hourly wage. This is essentially not what you want. You want to go after more service-based businesses, in my experience. Are there going to be exceptions to this rule? Yes, of course. But take it from me and a lot of the other copywriters who have struggled trying to find clients in this niche. And just to prove I'm not the only one, I have a screenshot here from a comment that I got. Hey there, at first I chose e-commerce brands, clothing, skincare, etc. But after over 500 outreaches, I still have no clients. Only 2 to 3 people were interested, but they couldn't even pay $1,000 a month. So now I'm deciding to change. What do you think I should do? And this is what a lot of copywriters find themselves in is I've been outreaching to these niches and getting absolutely nothing. And I'm telling you, you want to cut your losses and let your winners run when it comes to niches, okay? I've spent so much time outreaching to niches that literally just have zero opportunity in them. For example, the first ones that come to mind are anything e-commerce, like I said, and also software brands. So software as a service like Zoom or Discord, I was outreaching to those guys and just all these big companies. The more corporate a company is, the less likely it is that you should actually outreach to them because again, they're going to be looking for things like degrees and they're going to be looking to pay you an hourly wage. And those are two things that you don't want. The bottom line I can tell you is just go into copywriting niches where people are already making money. That's the biggest piece of advice that I can essentially give you. Now, if you want that full list of niches, like I told you, that is all in the free copy starter kit that I'm going to link down below. And inside this free copy starter kit, you get essentially everything. You get all the tools, all the templates, all the scripts you could ever want, all the copywriting resources to get you from where you are right now to 10K per month, all free. So make sure you go down and download that. What I also do for you is I will leave the free 8-hour copywriting course on screen right now. If you want to check that out, if you want to actually learn everything there is to learn, everything you need to know about copywriting, that video is on screen now that you can watch. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.